The particular interpretation that got me into that state of mind, however, could be completely dysfunctional. You guys with me on this? The interpretation that comes from what we believe could be completely dysfunctional. You see, as passive technical traders, if we believe that somehow or another our methodology is telling us what's going to happen next on any particular trade, the reason why we're having problems is because that is a dysfunctional belief. It was never true. Now, the states of mind that result from that belief are real. So, for an example, if I put on a trade and it turns out to be a winner, I think that I'm right. And as a result, I feel great. If I put on a trade and I think that I lose, well, then I feel like crap because I was wrong. The reality is neither one was really true, because when you win, you weren't right, and when you're wrong, you weren't wrong. Because whatever reason you had to put on the trade in the first place, again, had almost no correlation to what actually happened with the market. In other words, why the market did what it did. You just happened to put on a trade at that time that worked. And all technical patterns do, technical indicators, price patterns, is get you into a situation where there's a likelihood that when you get into that trade, it'll work. That's all they were ever represented to be. You understand what I'm saying? That's all they were ever represented to be. I'm not saying they don't get, screwed up somehow in terms of the way people represent them, but that's all that basically they ever were.
Good morning, guys. Dakota back with another live stream. Today is May 24, 2021. And if this is your first time hopping on this live stream, what I do every weekday at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, hop on the charts, go ahead, go over the pairs that I'm paying attention to for the week and get my outlook on them and post them in my Discord server, which the link to that is in the description, right? I'll send out updates on them, notes, and things like that. Just keep track of my charts and hopefully benefit some of you guys if you guys want to replicate basically or learn from basically my charts. Also, if you guys want to talk about any pairs on here, I'm more than welcome to look at them. Okay, there are certain pairs that I don't go over simply because it's kind of a waste of time for me. Like, I use this time to practice, and it's pretty much going to be a waste of time for you to get my opinion on it since I don't practice it. Okay, so also, if there's anything else that you guys want to talk about, experiences or anything like that, we can go ahead and talk about that too. All I ask is that you hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. So let's get to it. A little up right there. Bring that in. All right, that should be good. All right, so starting with EURJPY. So EURJPY, If you saw the 25, again, like, if you don't know, you should know. At the beginning of every week, I send out 25 charts and basically give an outlook on what I'm seeing on the 25 charts off my practice list here. Okay, all sent, just sent them out last night, so you should be able to go through and review them in the Discord server. Again, the link to that's in the description. Now here, EURJPY, I did not see this setup actually occur. Actually, not like it's not that great of a setup in my eyes, and the reason for that being is because it didn't test the level that I was looking at. Honestly, I was paying attention to a different level. I didn't really like this level here. It's not really that strong, at least to me, from what I'm seeing. If you guys see something else, go ahead and let me know. Send a screenshot of what you're seeing at this level on your JPY for this potential buy or for this to continue pushing up. I'd love to see it. And number two, prices in the supply zone area. Last week we saw this reversal pattern form here, and then price gave us a sell setups and continue pushing down, right? In addition to that, a trend line that I previously drew here was broken, so I was looking for at least a longer sell and possibly this daily pattern to actually start to form, or to form actually, and come down lower. I would still like to see that here. Of course, price can do whatever it wants. Price could just continue scaling up and push above. Now, in the case that does happen, if this trend line breaks, I'll look for a bullish pattern. If that bullish pattern forms, comes about to about 8. I want to say 7.5. We'll see the area as things begin to develop. I'll go ahead and readjust everything. But if I get that bullish pattern here off the 1 hour time frame, I will go ahead and take that buying opportunity and look for a push up to the supply zone, possibly above it, depending on what forms here. But today, not looking to take anything, and that would most likely have to happen. Formation would really have to happen on most likely Tuesday. Alright, but that's your JPY. Let's go ahead and do the full markup of it. Starting on the monthly time frame, working our way down. We're ultimately looking for price to get up to this area right there. And I'm going to box price in at this low here. We have price ranging, price pushing up to that level. Going down to the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame, we can just draw a tighter level here and here. Just putting price in a tighter range where there's areas where we can react to sooner. Okay, we obviously have that uptrend there, and don't really need to draw it. Yeah, I'll take that back. Yeah, I don't like that. Gonna reset the chart and look at price tighter. Give me 1 second. There's a spider invading my area. Okay. Yeah, I don't like the uptrends here. Simply because I don't have a second touch. Now, if price does push up from this point, that will be my new uptrend, which it looks pretty nice. It looks like it's most likely gonna happen, but I mean, like, I can't draw it yet. Okay, gonna go down to the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour, if we break things down, off the 4 hour, this formed a bullish formation here. Price is breaking up, looking for this breakout and looking for a 1 hour setup here, and then possibly another push up there. Okay, and this is pretty much already sent out on my 25, so you guys already have the markup for this. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. On my 25, I say look for sales. And obviously that's invalidated now. Okay, this would be what? EURJPY. Okay, so for dollar Swiss, I was actually looking at the selling opportunity and price made it to my zone that I was looking for. If you look at last week's screenshots, which I'll bring up. On dollar Swiss, is this it? Nope. Here we go. So last week you can see the setup that I was looking for here. I was looking for price to come to the 0.9 area. I believe at this point price made a deeper retracement than expected, and that's what ended ended up having me closing because of that break of the trend line when it pushed up. But price broke below this low again and then formed a correction, and it's actually just tested this level that I was interested in just last night around 4 a.m. Right, so I already noted this down in my journal as a possible limit order entry, and you guys know working on those limit orders, and once I get a big enough sample size, it would be nice to go ahead to test this out. Yeah, so I'm looking for it to sell. That's the position. So let's do a full markup on dollar Swiss. Boxing price in here. Going down to the weekly. Let's go down to daily. Daily, we have a downtrend. Should be tighter in a lower time frame. Let me make sure. Let me take my headphones off, or at least turn them off. My bad. I have noise canceling on my headphones, so like if they're like on Bluetooth, I can't really. I don't know if I'm speaking clearly or not, or loud enough. So sorry if you guys couldn't really understand me earlier. So as I do this, something to talk about. Now, obviously, because like I'm still focused on reading that book, the playbook. he talks, and also like I've been listening to a lot of trading podcasts recently. Two that I'll go ahead and say. I might as well. Let me finish this up before I don't want to lose focus. Okay, so obviously here we have a correction and looking for a sell. You can see that clear on the 4-hour time frame. There's a lot clearer structure on the 4-hour. What I'd like to see is price come back up, obviously, for me to actually get an entry opportunity. About to this area, probably a little bit higher than the 90 area where I'm actually where all that selling pressure is actually coming from. Only reason I wouldn't start to sell is if this if that trend line breaks. Other than that, it's pretty much a clear sell, at least in my eyes. And target would be this area here, at least initial target. If my target does say to go beyond this level, I'm perfectly fine with that, and I'll just manage and see how price approaches this area, and if I get a reversal pattern there, I'll close. But again, I'll just set my alert here again. And yes, you need to come all the way back up to the 90.9 would be absolutely wonderful. And I believe this one's about a 10 pip stop loss. Again, like if things need to be readjusted, I'll obviously readjust them. Estimated targets, at least right now, this is likely to be adjusted, whether it's a little shorter or a little wider, but it's about the range. Okay, it's about a 9-to-1 opportunity. Oops. X that out. Okay, cool. So back to what I was saying, the podcast that I've been listening to. I'll leave this up as I go ahead and do it, and then we'll focus on the next one. The podcast I've been listening to all day, number one, I've already sent out a few screenshots of them, like the trading coach with the Kill Stokes. I listen to everything on Spotify. And then just yesterday, I started listening to Traders Improved trading podcast. It's basically the guy that I guess co-founder or works on, I think he's one of the founders of Edgewonk, right, which is the trading journal I use. And he has some really good tips. He's really down to earth, systematic, and I guess realistic. So really enjoying that one as well. So those are the main two that I've been enjoying when it comes to trading. I've also found a few, and obviously I gotta pay my toll. I gotta pay my fee. Andy Frisella, I really like his podcast. I found him out because I was listening to his Tim Grover interview, and started listening to a lot more of his stuff, and I actually enjoy it. The podcast called Real AF. Andy Frisella. And that's all I'll give out today. Yeah, that's all I'll give out today. Alright, last but not least, the last pair that I'm paying attention to is pound dollar. Now, ideal scenarios would be if price came all the way down to 1.4. That would be all the way down to 1.4. Awesome. That would be awesome. I would take that buying opportunity all day long. Yeah, for a possible expanding triangle. Now, price may not do that. Price may just come like to about this area here. Nah, okay, it'll come maybe to here, 0.5, 145, and give a buying opportunity there. Now consider that a 4 hour opportunity. But you only know that that's like, I'll be looking at that because you're on the live stream. I'll have to reevaluate that. But I wouldn't expect to take that setup until about Wednesday. And I definitely would not expect to take the setup until Wednesday, 100%. I think I'd be waiting that long. But other than that's pretty much it on this one. I just gonna do the full markup. Honestly, if I didn't do the live streams, I'd be done way really early. But I actually like doing this because it forces me to remark things up, reevaluate things, and also gives me an opportunity to breathe for the markup or for my setup, so I'm not just saying, oh, I looked at it, it's over, and rushing the process, I guess. Okay, going to the daily, we have an uptrend here. Boom. What I like to see is that correction, that expanding triangle like I talked about just now, form here, and that would just be like the perfect scenario here. Obviously price has the potential to reverse, but nah, I prefer to see this keep pushing up. There's also a possible ascending channel that could form here, but going down to the 4 hour, that kind of seems less likely to happen. But nevertheless, it's still likely. If we do get a ascending channel, I like to see it parallel to the top touches right here. So if I go ahead and take it like this, like that, boom. So I like to see price come about to this level, honestly a little lower, but about to there, and then look for price to continue scaling up at least for one more leg, and then on this third leg opportunity, looking for a sell for that reversal. But at the moment, it's not there for us. It hasn't formed. We only have 2 touches at the top, so that's just imagination land. Looking for price to come down to about this area right now, and looking for a buying opportunity right here. And nothing's changed on GU, so you guys, that markup still should be solid. Yep, markup's still the same. Okay, those are my pairs. Now going over the pairs that were requested earlier this week. Again, if you guys like the video, please go ahead, hit the like, or like these live streams, go ahead, hit the like button. If you also want to keep up with future videos, hit subscribe and notification bell. I think I'm primarily going to stick to saying that just at the beginning and at the end. Okay, what pairs have we talked about? Nope. Nope. That's taken off. I missed my entry. What's that next one? Your NZD, like, we're basically floating in profit. About the entry we've been talking about for like the longest, that's not going to retrace. Or it looks like it's not going to retrace, I mean. Oh, we're following this. We have, last week, put in 2 buy positions here. One here. Somewhere in that area. And another right about there. Looking for both of them push up, and based off of what I've seen, not looking for it to push up as aggressively as I initially anticipated, but am still looking for it to push up. GM played out from last week, looking for a break of the trend line and a correction and a sell to the downside. First target level would be about 195. 1.95. In GU, yes, there's a possible buy, but honestly looking for a sell there. I don't think there's much else. UJ, we already like completed that setup last week. Dialysis, we already talked about that. This one, buy and hold. Dollar CAD, this is not really interesting right now. It is like future turning to be interesting. But those are all the requested pairs. So today's pretty much a slow day, chill day. Not looking to take any entries. Me personally, at least. Yeah, I have it logged. Cool. I at least have it noted down to where I can go back to it. Okay. So now it's time for daily thoughts. Turn that down. Man. Okay, I got a little toothpaste on my shirt, so laugh at me. Okay, what have I been thinking about? I remember I said we don't have to go as deep. Don't have to go super deep every single time on this go. Let's talk about going dark in June, right? So planning on like just not doing live streams, not really posting. I kind of want to do my weekly recaps, but no posting, no social media, no nothing at all for the entire month of June. I won't be sending my setups out for June or anything like that. So I just want to take that time, all that time and energy that I would have invested into that, put it all into back testing and just completing what I have to complete, right? Because like I said, I'm not as far along as I would like to be, or as I know I could be at this point. And just taking that time to do it will definitely help out. Okay, but I actually do. You guys will just see when I come back. How about that? All right. So I'll be back July 1st, July 3rd. But essentially this will be my last stream will be on Monday, next week until July. All right. Oh man, there's also another big project that I should have time to do because of that too. So there's this really long process that I've been wanting to go through to get the information for my trading, but shoot, whoa, let's just say it requires a lot of focus. So it requires a lot of intentionality and time. So I need to make a lot of progress on that in June. I will make progress on that in June. Okay. So appreciate everybody hopping on and staying on and watching the live stream. Really do. Hope you guys found value in it, and if you want to go ahead and review the charts we talked about, link to them are in the link to my Discord server where I post them is in the description. Also, while you're down there, go ahead hit that like button. Also, this big red button. Subscribe, and then when that subscribe button turns gray, go to the right of it, and then there's bell. Okay, you want to make sure that bell has accents around it. Yeah, accents. And you click the bell. I think the bell turns white and then has accents. Either it turns white or gray. One of those. Hold on, wait a second. I got the thing right here. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Where's it at? No. Oh, I deleted it. That's unfortunate. Well, you know what? It was a good try. Again, really appreciate you guys hopping on. I will catch you tomorrow, 7 a.m.